Welcome back to the Ancestral Findings Podcast. Erdman Penner was a screenwriter, songwriter, and associate producer for the Walt Disney Company. Born in Canada to a Mennonite father and a Roman Catholic mom, he was an only child with a penchant for artistic pursuits. Moving to America as a young man, he quickly became a valued member of the Disney team. This is his story. Erdman Penner, a famous Walt Disney screenwriter, was born in 1905 in the town of Rosthern, which is located in Saskatchewan, Canada. He was the only child of Dr. Erdman Penner and Blanche Millette. Erdman's father was a Mennonite, while his mother was a Roman Catholic. All records regarding Erdman's family in Canada indicate that his parents maintained their different religions their entire marriage. His father had been born in Russia and had come to Canada in 1874, when he was just 2 years old. His father became a naturalized Canadian citizen in 1889, when he was 17 years old. After this, he went to university in both the Canadian province of Manitoba and the United States. He went on to receive his MD degree at McGill University in Montreal in 1901 and became a physician. It was while studying in Montreal that Erdman's father met his mother, Blanche. A good Roman Catholic girl from a French-Canadian family, she had been duly baptized into the church as an infant and grew up diligently performing all of the standard Roman Catholic customs. What drew the young Mennonite and the Catholic girl together is not known, but they married each other in 1903 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Their only child, Erdman Heinrich Penner, was born 2 years later. Scholarship must have been valued in the Penner household, as Erdman attended the University of Saskatchewan, which was near his parents' home. After graduating, he went to college in the United States, where he attended the American Academy of Art. After this, Erdman made his way to Hollywood, California, where he attended the American School for Writers. Records show that Erdman arrived in the United States by crossing the border in Minnesota in 1926, when he was 20 years old. The following year, he officially declared his intent to be naturalized as a United States citizen. The naturalization was completed in 1939 when he was 34 years old. In 1935, Erdman was hired by the Walt Disney Company as a writer. That same year, he married Irene Grosso in Inglewood, California. The couple did not have any children together. Settled into his new life in the United States, Erdman enjoyed married life while working diligently for the Walt Disney Company. His work there led to some notable animated film credits. Erdman wrote and adapted stories for the animated films Pinocchio, Fantasia, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Melody Time, and Alice in Wonderland, among many others. He also wrote the song lyrics for the songs in the animated film Peter Pan. Additionally, he was an associate producer on the animated film Lady and the Tramp. During his time at the Walt Disney Company, Erdman was granted the excellent opportunity to work with some of the most notable screenwriters of the time, including such luminaries as William Cottrell, Ted Sears, Perce Pierce, Winston Hibbler, and Bill Peet. This experience surely assisted him in growing as a screenwriter himself and helped him to finally hone his craft. The way he moved up the company ladder to better and more illustrious positions leaves no doubt that he was well respected at the Walt Disney Company. In addition to being a screenwriter and songwriter, Erdman was also a talented musician. In fact, he was a skilled multi-instrumentalist, playing the violin, tuba, and saxophone all quite capably. His tuba and saxophone skills were admired enough that he was able to become the original soprano saxophonist, as well as bass saxophonist and tuba player for the band Firehouse 5+2. Erdman began with the band on the soprano and bass saxophones, which he played on the band's earliest recordings, then later switched to playing tuba with them. The Firehouse 5+2 band, like most things in Erdman's life at this time, was an offshoot of the Walt Disney Company. The band played Dixieland jazz and was popular in the 1950s. It was made up of members of the animation team at the Walt Disney Company. Ward Kimball, a lead animator and director at the Walt Disney Company, put the band together after spending time with members of the company's animation and sound departments. He discovered that they all shared a common love of jazz. Discussions of the jazz genre with each other at lunch eventually became lunchtime jam sessions. Those jam sessions led the group to become a band. The band was initially called the Hugajiti 80, then the San Gabriel Valley Blue Blowers. The Firehouse 5+2 was settled on as the permanent band name after Ward Kimball restored a 1916 American LaFrance fire engine for the local Hollywood Horseless Carriage Club. The 5+2 part of the name came from the fact that the band had 5 members. Erdman was lucky enough to be one of them. The band released 13 records between 1949 and 1970. These records were quite popular. They were regularly featured on television on Disney programming, including on the Mickey Mouse Club TV show. They even appeared in animated form in a Disney short cartoon. In addition, the band made a handful of television and radio appearances, including one on Bing Crosby's radio show on the CBS network. The band, including Erdman, even appeared in a couple of movies as themselves. Walt Disney himself was supportive of the band, even inviting them to play at company Christmas parties, other Disney Company social functions, and even at Disneyland itself, on the sole condition that none of them ever fully leave their jobs at the Disney studio. It was in the middle of all this personal and professional success, as he had just been promoted to associate producer, that Erdman unexpectedly crossed to the other side in 1956, and 51 years old. He predeceased his parents by 4 years for his father and 6 years for his mom, respectively. His widow lived another 4 decades beyond him and did not remarry. He is buried in the Mission Hills Cemetery in Los Angeles, California. His work, though, will live on. Did you know that Ancestral Findings has been answering free genealogy lookups for the past 27 years? Come on over and download a free genealogy ebook, request a free genealogy lookup, and sign up for the free historical postcard giveaway. Thank you for listening and subscribing to the Ancestral Findings podcast. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you have a wonderful day and happy searching.